Hello, everybody. In this video, I want to discuss a little bit about the dangers of conditioning and when questions ceases and acceptance of wickedness becomes the norm. Human beings are naturally curious. From childhood, we ask why to understand the world around us. Yet, when societies and systems condition people to accept one narrative, one truth, or one way of living, that instinctive questioning is dulled. Over time, the act of thinking critically or examining what is just, what is fair, and what is moral erodes. In its place, blind acceptance takes roots. This conditioning is not merely harmless conformity. It becomes the fertile soil where injustice thrives, where cruelty is overlooked, and where even the most vile acts can be normalized in plain sight. History offers haunting lessons. In Nazi Germany, millions of ordinary people accepted or ignored the brutal prosecution of Jews, Roma, LGBTQ individuals, and others. Propaganda, fear, and repeated conditioning trained society to believe such atrocities were necessary or at least not their concern. Similarly, under Jim Crow laws in the United States, systemic racism and violence against Black communities were tolerated for decades as generations were conditioned to see segregation as normal and unworthy of challenge. This example, as well as many other examples, reveal how powerful conditioning can be. It blinds the masses and allows evil to masquerade as ordinary life. This phenomenon is not confined to the past. In today's world, we see countless injustices quietly accepted because people have been conditioned to look away. Homelessness sprawls across city streets, yet many walk past as though the suffering is invisible. Corruption among leaders is excused as just politics. Discrimination in workplaces, schools, and communities is brushed aside as just the way things are. When conditioning convinces society that questioning is unnecessary or even dangerous, then silence becomes complicity. The danger of conditioning lies in its subtly. It does not happen overnight. It creeps in through repetition, authority, and the false comfort of conformity. When media outlets, institutions, and cultural voices reinforce the same messages long enough, people stop asking whether those messages are true. Worse, they stop asking whether those messages are moral. A conditioned society learns not to be outraged by injustice, but to treat it as background noise, something to tolerate, not something to fight. Breaking this cycle requires courage. It requires individuals to reclaim the lost art of questioning. Why is this happening? Who benefits from my silence? What is the moral cost of ignoring this? When people choose to think critically, they disrupt the comfortable patterns that conditioning creates. They remind society that evil is never normal, no matter how often it is repeated or ignored. The survival of a just world depends on people who refuse to be conditioned into complacency. Questioning authority, challenging unjust systems, and speaking truth, even when it is inconvenient, are acts of resistance that protect human dignity. When societies stop questioning, they open the door to cruelty disguised as normalcy. But when they reclaim the power to think, to ask, and to act, they remind the world that silence is never the answer and that wickedness cannot thrive where truth is spoken.